All right.
This is a story that happened to Colin and David when I reckon they must have been maybe 5 or 6. They wasn't going to school yet, and Dan wasn't born, and Della wasn't. So it was, I would imagine maybe 68, something like that, 1968. We were staying in the mobile home over at over Cedar Creek, and I told them they wanted to go outside and play. Well, I told them to stay in the yard. So don't be leaving the yard, you know. But after sitting in the house while I didn't hear them, so I went outside to see where he was at. Didn't hear nothing, so I started walking around looking. I couldn't find them. And so there was a place back behind the house. It was a pit that the highway department dug dirt out of and used it to put on the road when they paved it to fill in the low places. Anyway, the boys, Colin Davies called it the Grand Canyon. Actually, just a hole maybe 12 feet deep, you know, probably 150 feet wide and 150 feet long. You know, with one end you could drive out of it with the cars, you know, like the truck would back up in there, and they just dug the dirt, the sand, clay outside of it. Well, it'd been there for quite a while, and they would go back there and play. It was real nice, shady and everything. So I went back there and I heard them playing, and so I eased back up there, and there was on the side of the pit, rainwater had washed little ditches in, you know, from down off the hill, and so there'd be a little ditch type thing. And so I got there and I looked, and they was climbing up the side of the bank, and they was sliding down it, you know. And so I thought I'd have a little fun, so I got in there and I got in that ditch, and I got there and I says, they were going up that bank, and I went, woo! Or they stopped. You know, who's that? Who's that? I didn't say nothing, you know. Started getting back up on, going up the hill again. I went, woo, woo. Oh, boy, they turned around and they looked, who's that? I just kept quiet. By that time, I said, David, I think we better go. So they started walking out. Colin was in the lead, David behind it. And as they were walking out, if they'd have turned and looked, they'd see me sitting in the ditch. You know, because I wasn't standing up, I was just sitting down there scratching. But there's a width about maybe 3 or 4 feet wide that I was just sitting there watching, and I could watch them as they walked out. Time they passed where they couldn't see me in the ditch, I jumped up and I grabbed those old, we call them blackjack, just a little small oak about 2 or 3 inches inside, and leaves on it, dry and everything. And I grabbed that thing and I went, whoa, whoa, whoa. Boy, I done that. Suddenly they took off running, and I jumped up and I was hit, beating the bushes. I come by and they were going down the hill. Now, Colin's about 2 years older than David, and technically Colin was faster than David. But the fact of it was, when they went down that hill, David outrun Colin. He went round him, and they went down and out in the front yard. When they went in the front yard, I was running behind them, you know, and they heard something running behind them, but they wasn't looking back to see what it was. So they went in the front, and I run around behind the trailer. There was all the doors to go in the trailer was in the front of it, you know. Behind it wasn't a door. So I went in and they started, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. They was hollering, Daddy, Daddy, you know, and they went in the house there and opened the door, and I could hear them running up down, Daddy, 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 you know. So I walked way outside, and I started coming from the other direction. And then they come outside, and I said, what's going on, fellas? Yeah, there's something back there in that place. Somebody, you know, I said, what y'all talking about? I said, there's a monster back there in them woods. I said, a monster? Yeah. I said, what kind of monster was it? Colin said, Daddy, I think it was a big old bird, you know, a big bird of some kind. I said, David, what do you think it was? I think it was an elephant. I said, okay. I said, let's go back there and get it. Let's go back there and let's see if we find it. Oh, Daddy. I said, you better get your gun. I said, why? Because I think it's bigger than you is. so I said, nah, I don't need no gun. Let's go back in there. So we walked back up there, you know. And I said, show me what y'all was doing. So they got back and they showed me. I said, where was y'all at? And they showed me where they was standing at. And I said, just show me exactly what you was doing. And they started climbing up that thing. And then I went, woo, woo. They froze. They turned around and David talked a little time to him. He said, Dad, it was you. I said, yeah, and I told y'all not to be playing back here. So, another thing too, I had them. We go up there and there was Adam Becker had we got a little pony. Had a little pony up for him, you know. And I got this pony and I said, I'm gonna take it and let's ride it down to the house. You know, and I got Colin and I put Colin on it and started. And he didn't want to get on it, you know. David said, you know. I said, well, Colin's oldest, I wanted him to try it, you know. So Colin got on and I led for a little ways, you know. I said, all right, now, Colin, I said, you go ahead and ride the pony on down to the house, you know. Yeah, I don't want to, Dad. I don't want to ride the pony down there. I said, I'll go on. You can do it, you a big boy. He got there and said, all right. So he went off, he started riding. He went out about maybe 50 feet. That pony turned around, boom, and he come flying back here to the barn because there was another horse over there. They call it being barn broke. That horse come flying me, and I said, I'll stop him. So I was standing in the road, and I said, whoa. When I did that horse, he went straight at me, bim, bim, just like that. Colin hit that ground, wow. I tell you, Daddy, I tell you to ride that horse. You make me ride that horse. Colin, no more riding horses. That was it. I don't never remember being on another horse. You know, your grandma loved him, but he didn't. Colin didn't care nothing about no cotton picking horse. So, and I could. And then I said, David, you want to try it? No way. David said he done throw Colin like that. He wasn't gonna get on me. So, anyway, we would do that, and then we went frog gigging one night. And we were down there, actually we had a .22 rifle and a net. And so we go down there and Adam Beck had a pond that had a bunch of bullfrogs. You know, bullfrog. I said, boy, we would get us a bullfrog tonight, go down there, and we got there and we shot. I guess we got about 14 of them. We come back, boy, we gonna cook them things up. Have some nice big old frog legs. They was big too. And we got back there and got back in the bed, and I was laying in bed at night listening. One old frog. Burr, burr. That was the saddest sound I ever heard. Before it was more like music. They would be going burr, 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 you know. One frog. Burr. I said, I'll tell you what, I ain't gonna never kill all the frogs no more. I'm either kill them all, or I'm gonna leave at least some of them in there where they won't have to listen to that sound. That sound was terrible. Then we tried to get them boys to eat, and they wouldn't eat them frog legs because Lucy put them in the frying pan and they'd jump.
Oh.
You know, and we had
kidding me?
No.
The legs would jump?
The legs would jump. The legs of the bullfrog, you lay them there, they'd jumping they'd be just jumping them. Muscles contracting or something. Well, you know, they ain't like a chicken. They're a cold-blooded type animal. Frog is. So the muscles would twitch on them. Had a real good taste though. Excellent taste to them. But you can buy them in stores now, you know. But anyway, that was another thing I did was I came on late one afternoon and. It was dark, right, really, and we had an old cat. It was a Siamese cat you took up around the house, and so when I got there, I said I thought to have a little fun, so I eased up to the door and I says, I got there and I went, meow, meow. Lucy says, Somebody open the door, let the cat in. Somebody did it. I went, meow, meow. They said, let that cat in. Open the door and let the cat in. So old David went to the door. He opened up the door, and cat goes in the house. Cat's in the house. I go, meow, meow. They said, I thought I told y'all to let the cat in. I open the door, let the cat in. The con goes there and open the door. Cat comes out. I said, go back outside. I said, so I go back up. Meow, meow. They said, y'all gonna let the cat in? They said, Mama, I done let that cat in one time. I ain't gonna do it again. And she said, no, I'll let Sam in. I recognize his voice.
That's who?
Sam, that's what we call that old Siamese cat. She called him Sam. Said, let Sam in. I recognize his voice. They don't know that I cracked up then. I was laughing so hard. But yeah, I done let the cat in the house. They done let him back out. They wasn't going to do it again. I done let that cat in one time. I ain't letting him in again.